when I was in university, my second year, I had these music concerts that I was going to audition for. I used to attend Believers Love World Campus Fellowship, and I had these music concerts that I was supposed to audition for. Now, that was the next morning, but for some reason I wasn't prepared. You know, I was medical school and all that. So it was late. But now the problem is that I was going to sing, but I didn't have beats to sing with. Follow me. Now, I had knowledge of FL Studio. FL Studio is an app on laptop that can help cook up beats, beats for music, instrumental. So what did I do? From like 7 p.m. the evening that would, to the next day, 7 p.m. the evening, I started working on the FL Studio app. I worked up until 5 a.m. that morning. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 hours. I worked for 10 hours, and the only break I took was, I think, around 2 a.m. to go and bring water or so, something like that. I did that, yes, and that was 10 hours of locking in. Now, the same me, when I'm reading my anatomy textbook, human anatomy, when I was a medical student, physiotherapy student, I know they read and pass 2 hours on a spot. Once like 2 hours don't reach, I beg, I don't stand up, I don't go stretch. I'll go out, gist a little, and come back and continue. I know they read them too long. The same me. But that same me was the person that could spend 10 hours creating beats. Why am I saying this? Imagine I used that standard of that, the way I was working on those beats that I was creating, cooking up, to go to that audition, which I later went, by the way. Imagine I used that and judge somebody that tried to create that beat and only spent 30 minutes and got tired. And I'll now tell the person, you are a very, very indisciplined person. You are very, very unserious. You can't even spend the hours that is needed for this work to get done. Maybe the person is in music and the person is now struggling and spending 30 minutes to create that beat, and I'm now coming to judge the person based on my own performance. What am I saying? Many people that you consider as indisciplined are just in the wrong field. Am I saying that medicine was the wrong field for me? That is not what I'm saying at all. I still could spend 2 hours reading. That's still something. I hope you know. But that's not the point. My point is what? If I use how long I could spend creating beats for music and compare somebody that could not spend that long hours. Bro, I could spend hours composing music in my university day. I could spend hours with my guitar, acoustic guitar, composing music. But at the end of the day, I can't use that to judge somebody else as unserious just because the person couldn't spend that much hours in that my field. I'm sure by now you get the point I'm saying. Maybe your problem is not indiscipline. Maybe your problem is that what you should be disciplined, because every man is disciplined when it comes to his passion. I know someone that is madly passionate about tech. This guy will spend 12 hours writing codes. Madly in love with tech. This guy will spend 12 hours writing codes. 12 hours. I'm like, I tried to enter tech at some point. I tried to enter tech. Before I know it, I'll spend like 20 minutes trying to understand what the heck the video is talking about. I say, Williams, what am I doing? I'm unserious. Let me lock in. When you've achieved something in the past, you know that you believe that you can lock in. Almost, I locked in. 1 hour felt like 24 hours. I said, no, this thing is not for me. That is the same me that could sit down at a spot and spend 10 hours designing beats. You see this video I'm talking about now, this thing I'm saying now, I could describe these things, I could talk about these things for 15 hours. And people are taking notes, and I'm not tired. You get what I mean? So I found that most people are not indisciplined. Most people are just not pursuing where their heart, where their passion lies. They're not just paying attention to it. They're not just paying attention to it. That guy that is that the parents were into music, and now they think that the guy should do music, and now the guy is doing music for like, and he's struggling to attend 7 a.m. music classes. All those tests they used to do by 7 a.m. they're already dancing and singing, and the guy is struggling. Probably put that guy in engineering or the field where he's really passionate about, or calculus or whatever, and you see that guy spending hours studying that thing. Are there exceptions to this? Of course there are exceptions. There are people that, okay, you know that this is what you want, but you are just being lazy. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you are that kind of person that you've seen yourself exhibit a level of passion in a certain field, don't be so quick. Maybe you are in another field now. Don't be so quick to call yourself lazy. Maybe you should recheck and see, okay, am I in the wrong field? Or should I be in another field? Or should I be experimenting with another field? Honestly, because I'm really tired of a lot of, I've seen a lot of people, when they describe how passionate, or rather how locked in they are in their field, and then I look at it and I say, wait, they are just in the field where they are passionate about. It is easier. It was CEO of Apple, the dead one, the former CEO of Apple. What's his name now? What's the former CEO of Apple again? Well, shall you know him? He said that the kind of work that is needed to create something that great, he says you will need to have had passion for it to be able to follow through. Yeah, Steve Jobs, that's his name. You would need to have had some kind of passion to be able to follow through. Anyway, so that's just by the way. So hit the like button, guys, hit the follow button. I'm tired, and I'll talk to you soon. And have you subscribed on YouTube? Do well to do that, and I'll see you soon.